Are we? Yep. And it begins in 3, 2, 1. Oh, I screwed up. Hold on. Shit. It wasn't recording. Wrong sound device. All right, let's try that again.
Oh no.
Now for real. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to There Will Be Dungeons, D&D on the Sunday. Today is the 8th of September, 2019. With me, Scott Johnson. We have Kristen Ashton, Kyle Ferguson, Bo Schwartz, and, of course, John Jagger all here to play D&D with you tonight. We hope you have a good time. Before we get going too far into the show, a quick email in the form of an audio call. It's not an email at all. It's a call. It's a voicemail. That's what we call them. And it's the only kind of voicemail I check anymore. I don't look at my phone ever. Someone leaves a message, too bad. I don't know who you are. I don't know your number. But when it comes to this show, we will play your calls. Like this one about Nash. I hesitate to even play it, but I'll play it anyway. Here you go.
If Nash Mackar of the Solar Mine always makes farting sounds when he casts spells, does that make him a shit wizard?
All right, so I want to
I think you got owned.
I want to create some clarity here. He is a shit wizard no matter what he does. But you're right. Somebody sent me a mashup, and I don't have that handy, of me making a little fart noise after every dumb poem spell cast that I do. So when I finish and I go, hey, here's nobody get too excited because here comes a firebolt made of whatever, however I rhyme it. And then it goes, and I make a fart sound. So
I just have to point out that rhyme it actually kind of
Yeah, you kind of pulled it off.
yeah, it
It's
worked.
kind of
It's
perfect.
amazing.
It weirdly worked, but anyway, I don't know why I do that, and I'm going to be now super mindful of it and probably not do it anymore. But he's a shit.
Yeah, maybe
he's-
feel shy about making other sound effects. Like when you do acid splash, you go, maybe you go whoosh. You know, like a whoosh of wavings.
I don't know, for some
Let's
reason
try it.
when there's a poem involved, it always feels right to make a fart sound. But I'm going to try not to do that anymore. Also, he's
Yeah,
technically.
people often accuse you of being pretentious, so you're trying to just deflate that.
I'm trying to deflate it a little bit. Also, he's a sorcerer. He's not a wizard. Like, technically, it would not be true to call him a shit wizard, but it doesn't roll off the tongue to say a shit sorcerer. So, call him what you will.
Soiled sorcerer.
So there you go, soiled sorcerer.
A shit channeler. I think that
not bad
because
either.
you know sorcerers channel their natural affinity for the arcane.
Yes, this is all true. All right, now this is actually a real call that's serious and about hope. So here you go. Check this out.
Hey there, I am calling for There Will Be Dungeons. This is Robert Dead Center, and I'm calling mainly just to say, in the last couple episodes, Hope has been sort of incognito sneaking around, and I just can't get over the idea of the Queen, who has two massive metal limbs that I assume make a lot of noise, but like a hood on, sneaking around, just... Anyways, it just is one of the funniest things to me. Love you guys so much. Great show. Y'all are all the best. Give it a good...
All right, so I feel like maybe Bo needs to answer that because you're not too hard on her with the stealth.
Hey, did we do this one? Did we do this one before? I thought maybe we answered that because we talked about how Hope.
I think we talked about on
Like,
the
everyone
bonus show.
knows it's actually Hope, but everyone's too scared of the Queen to actually say anything.
Oh, chat room saying I played. I don't
she's-
remember playing that call. Did I play that call before?
Yeah, we've played that call before.
Oh, I don't remember. Well, I am a
All right,
sh-
time
I
to
am a
start
sh-
the show over again.
I am a shit
You're a
wizard
shit
after all.
wizard. You are a shit wizard.
I am a shit wizard. It turns out, but
No, I don't think we've played the call, but the topic has come up before.
yeah, I feel like the
Oh.
topic maybe we doubled up on it or something. But didn't you said something to the effect of like, well, you know, you have to make the game fun, otherwise every move she makes is a big clanky, noisy one or something like that. Is that
I mean,
fair?
there are cases where people can gain, disadvantage to stealth because of, a guy in plate armor is not going to be able to make a stealth check. I'd probably just say you can't, but if you were to try one, I'd say with disadvantage. So yeah, it's like she's wearing plate armor, really. So it's a fair comment that we let it slide. But she hasn't been sneaking around in the dungeon proper. It was just in town, where I like to think people know it's Hope, but they're just too scared to say anything. because they just let it ride because no one has any ill intent towards their queen.
Right. Plus, I always felt like she wears it well. By that I mean, like, in my head anyway, they're not big, clanky, rusty parts that are slapping together all the time with any move she makes. In my head, they're, tightly wound implants that are, lots of tension and well made and not lots of dangly parts for some reason in my head. Maybe part of that is because you don't really call her on the noise. So in my head, she's just like more of a silent, sleek robot type or cyborg type. But anyway, these are the fun things we like to discuss on the show. And if you want to send an email about this sort of thing, you can, or you can send us one of those calls, 801-471-0462. Or if you send us the message, just go to the website, therewillbedungeons.com. All right. Speaking of Kristen, she will now recap the last episode for 2. She's literally supposed to have a baby right now, so be careful, Kristen. Don't over alliterate here. I'm nervous. I'm worried about it. So go for it, and let's see how it goes.
All right, we'll try that. Last time on There Will Be Dungeons, the frozen fiends fought to flee with their fortune. Stanley, struggling with the strangling string, tackled to tear himself from Toby's talons with Hope's help. Varel and Nash found fortune in fire, melting the maniacal monsters, but the battle didn't break with the beating of the brutes. Ice boyfriends now filled the field, daring to dab on the duelers, but they were bested, only Toby managing to melt back into the mists. Ceranthalis' sleep finally subdued. She woke to a worried and wrathful watch, but she had not summoned the strike. The Romeos were resentful of her retirement. Stanley then tried to tempt her to tarry, but she demanded to drag herself to death with the group as guardians. She suggested steering them through submerged subways, recalling routes reclaimed by the fearsome frost. But how to reach the roads? She pushed them to her plant place and peeled back a panel. Varel sank his shield into substrate as everyone else evicted the chilled chunks. Eventually the escape was exposed. Down into the depths they dove, walking for a while with little than light stones and a little lady to lead. Eventually they peeked into a peculiar passage, one that supposedly stored the secrets to the source of the lizard folk. Super cylinders surrounded them, but Varel valued no other venture than their vital voyage. They pushed the prune to present products that could mayhaps maim mind flayers, wieldings like weapons and wear. Deeper down they were drawn, lifts the lone lane. Corralled into a cage, the lady locked a level and down they descended. Suddenly, the conveyor caught. Varel clambered onto the canopy, only to eye an extreme exit and a distressingly damaged wire dangling their domicile. Quickly, they climbed out of the contraption and prepared to propel themselves to the proximal passage, only to find themselves fueled for a fight as a shadowed spider sped at them. Now rejoin our heroes as they aim to annihilate the antagonized arachnid. Will they manage to mangle the monster before the carrier cable cracks? Will they instead earn an appendaged automobile? And was this ultimately all some dastardly design dared by the Door Authority? Stay tuned for today's adventure in the wide world of The Wastes.
Well done as always. Bo, the ball is in your court.
All right. The 5 of you, when last we left, were in an elevator shaft, and the elevator had come to a close. You had opened the ceiling to see how you could escape this particular entrapment when above, Hope spied 8 eyes peering at her in the darkness above. The rest of the party is oblivious to this, except for Hope. Stanley's looking up but did not see it. Shaft is dark. And by the way, I have a correction from last week. We'll get to it in a second. Sorry, I'm in the middle of setting the mood. Just kind of popped up in my head.
All right.
It's like a light bulb. So Ceranthalas and Nash are in the elevator proper, while Hope, Varel, and Stanley have opened, sort of a trap door, a service door, and climbed up top on the ceiling of the elevator box. All around you is darkness. Now, Nash, you often cast have a cantrip called Light.
Mm-hmm.
And you often, to your credit, very friendly, give Varel a light. We did have a listener reach out this week to point out that you can only have one light active at a time, and casting light a second time puts the first out. So, going forward, there will only be one light that you can have, and not multiple.
Another nerf coming from a listener. Well
It's
done,
not
guys.
a nerf, it's a correction to the rules.
All right.
And that's how your spell works. So, Varel, the light stone you have in your hand immediately blinks out of existence. And I think Nash did have a light on, so inside the red, otherwise darkened elevator box, Nash, you have a light with the coat lady. What do you do?
I'll light up my shield.
Ah, it's a light after all.
All right, you light up your shield and it creates a glow. The light doesn't go far, it's still very dim, so it makes the dark in the distance even darker.
So can I flare it? Like,
So
throw
you
my
haven't seen
shield
it.
up the
Hope-
shaft?
Hope's the only one who's seen the eyes from last one left.
Oh.
So your light stone goes out, you reactively light your shield in order to see. But you're looking around. Hope?
Yeah. Guys, there's something up there.
What is it?
We need to get out of here.
I know a way to move fast.
Stanley, you peer up and you now see the eyes.
Oh. Yes. Yes, we do. Vorel, your suggestion?
And I'll get in a crouch with my shield positioned at the cable, ready to cut it.
All right. I like the idea. Nash, you're going to need to bring the old lady up here, I think.
As you say that, little brown specks begin dropping all around the three of you on top of the boxcar. And as you take a look, you see that tiny little spiders are descending down and landing on top of you. Hundreds of them.
Oh,
I'm
this.
gonna bend down and throw her arm into the cable car for Nash and Saranthalis.
Can I roll a nature check to see the butt size and types of spiders that are raining on us? A 19.
Okay, so these are rather large spiders, but not tarantulas or anything, about this big with leg span. All right, and hundreds of them are descending and now dropping on top of you. They're all black in fur. They look very dark. They do have a bit of fur on them. But the one thing you notice is that in the top of where their head is, there is a large red glowing, like, growth on top of them. And they begin
Like the
descending.
ones we saw on the wall?
The ones you saw on the wall.
Yeah, the creep, the experiments.
Oh, the flesh. No, it doesn't look like that. It almost looks like in your time flaying corpses and selling the meats and stuff. It looks like exposed brain.
Lovely.
It doesn't look normal. And all at once, everyone has this feeling of fear inside them. Fear grows.
Is the fear artificially planted in our heads by magic? Can we find that out? Or
It's not magic. It's on an instinctual level.
Okay.
You feel like prey does. And it's normal. It does feel like it's overpowering and not necessarily from within, but it's not necessarily magical in nature.
Okay.
I mean, to be fair, I was already there. You had
More
me at
spiders.
spiders, actually.
More spiders continue to descend, and Stanley, one descends right on your nose.
Ah!
And you
Slap
feel
it
it
away.
before you can slap it away, it takes a little bite on your
Oh
nose.
no.
Shit.
Okay, it doesn't manage to penetrate your skin, and you're able to slap it away. Make an attack roll, please.
Oh, okay. Just melee, I'm imagining. Just
Sure.
an unarmed strike. Let's
Hope
say
you don't have your sword
14.
equipped.
I don't.
Okay. You swat it away. It flies off. You can roll damage dice if you like.
It's one. I am a weak person.
Okay, you you flick it off, and it flies up.
Flies off? They have wings?
No, it's just they're spiders, so they're super small and they just go plunk,
Oh,
and
okay.
it flies away. You know,
Because
like
the only
you-
thing that could make these spiders worse in my head is if they had wings. So I'm glad you cleared that up. It's fine.
that's a great idea, by the way.
Oh no, flying spiders!
That is a fantastic idea. I wish I thought of it, but no.
Nash, get up here.
All right, Grandma, let's go. And I'll grab her by her freaking nasty old arm and try to jam her
Okay.
through the hole.
You're down below with her. If you look on Roll20, I've put a map to show where people are.
Yeah. Oh wait, I had to reboot. It's not there.
All right.
Anyway, I'll get it.
Spiders are now beginning to cover the three on the top quite thoroughly.
Stanley, steel yourself, and I'll hold my shield up over Stanley, who is the most squeamish, to make a sort of disintegrating umbrella for him to hide under.
Sure, and as you put the fire shield up, you hear a little pss, 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 as spiders descend into it and then burn, and then like they're little, like, it's like these little fireworks that just go pew, 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 pew. And a voice enters your mind and says, "Feed my children." You hear a little skitter as whatever's up above begins slowly creeping its way towards you. Feed on the mall. And Nash, as you give your arm out to try and help Saranthalas get up in the thing, a spider sort of falls into the elevator room with you. And she bends down and picks it up and then puts it in her mouth and starts crunching it. Oh, delicious food! And takes a spider and just starts crunching it. And as she looks at you, she's eating it with her two teeth, and little spider legs are sort of sticking out of her mouth. And she,
I just say, Madam, that is foul. Don't eat these.
it's not foul. It's arachnid.
I've been forced to eat strange things in my life, but a live spider in an elevator shaft trapped like this is not my idea of a good time. We need to go. You need to get out of here. And I'll try to boost her out through the
Sure,
hole.
we shouldn't call for help. And she makes her way over to the button, and her finger starts to go towards the red.
Stop.
I'm
Come on.
not
Those
in
hand
there.
is waving.
So is anyone doing anything?
Well,
Yes,
Kristen's arm's hanging there, ready to go.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna push her up as best I can to get on to grab her arm and pull through.
You're gonna push her?
Yeah, by the bum. I'm gonna get
Okay.
under her big fat undercarriage, under all those coats or whatever, and I'm gonna shove her up.
Athletics check, please.
Oh shit, I have terrible athletics. That will be a natural 20.
All right.
Yes.
So you go to. So I'm not sure on the intent of how you're gonna push her up with like this.
Yeah,
By
so
the
I'm gonna
moment?
get underneath her, and I'm gonna have her. I'm gonna get her on my, push her up with my back and kind of like start shoving her up toward the hole where Hope's arm is. I'm gonna tell
Okay.
her to grab Hope's arm, and then I'm gonna keep pushing it, and hopefully there's some pulling happening, and between
right.
the two of us, we'll get her
All
through
right.
the chute.
So with a sudden surge of strength and urgency, you grab her. You can't really grab her by the butt because she's got so many coats, but in the butt area, and you just lift her up, and she's like ah! As you carry her away from the button, she's still trying to reach out and press the button,
Yeah.
and you lift her right up, and then hope you're able to grab right onto her hand because she has her hand out to press the button in the elevator, and you grab her. And she doesn't grab back, so you just have to grab her wrist. Make
Okay.
an athletics check, please.
A 20, not natural.
Okay, you have got her in your arm now. Is it your
All right.
robot arm or your flesh hand?
Robot arm, and then I'll pull
Okay.
her up and shove her to
you
the
get-
side.
Okay, you pull her up and easily just lift her up by her arm and push her up onto the side of the elevator. And as you do that, spider lands on your head, and you feel it crawling around the back of your hair. And then a second one does.
Yeah.
They do little biteys on you.
Oh God.
Oh, that's a 20. Okay.
Buff spider goes.
Ah.
All right, he bites you for 1 damage, and you feel immediately heat sinking into the back of your head, and you have become poisoned.
No.
All right.
Hey, Bo, the big spider, about how far up is he?
You can't make him out very well. He's farther than the 60 feet from your vision. You can just see your light reflecting into his eyes.
Okay. And is he
Um,
directly above us, or is he
he's
kind of taking up
directly
this
above.
whole shaft?
He's he's larger than the elevator box. Whatever it is looks very large. You don't have a sense of his body span though, so you can't literally know.
Okay.
But the eyes themselves allude to a large creature calling this place home. So you're now poisoned. You have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Hope.
Okay, cool. And then I guess I'll just roll saves later.
No, well, you can roll saves at the start of your turn, although we're not doing turn order. But yeah,
Okay, perfect.
I'll call for a save soon.
Sounds good. All right, and then my hand will go back down into the hole for Nash.
Okay.
All right. I'll grab it and try to pull my. You know what? I got my underwear on, don't I?
Yeah.
I'll use her to steady that, the pole, but I'll use my underwear and float up through the thing.
Okay, so you don't have to make an ability check because basically he's lifting himself up with his weight for the most part.
Right. She's just guiding
you
me.
Just help guide him out, and
Yep.
you float up to the elevator on top of it.
Yep.
As you land on the elevator, the wiring that's holding everything together, another thread of it sort of undoes. It goes, and it undoes a little bit, and the elevator drops a foot. Everyone make a dexterity save, please.
Oh my gosh, dude. Scary.
10.
19.
24.
17.
Okay. Did you roll? Oh no, it's not a disadvantage roll for you. So you made sure to roll normally, right, for the save.
You trying to cope?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Hope. Everyone sort of lurches, catches themselves. I'm going to do one for Sarantha last. Okay, she's fine. But Hope, you fall to your stomach, and your legs dangle off the side, and you begin sliding off.
Cut it.
That's all I need. I'm going for it.
All right. You cut it.
Yep, I'll spin around from doing the umbrella and bring it down on the lone thread.
Attack roll on the elevator thread, please.
A 23.
All right. Roll damage, please.
12 points of fire damage. 16 points of fire damage.
Okay, so it goes bring, 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 and the elevator drops 4 feet. Everyone make dexterity save, please.
18.
18.
2!
20. 21.
All right, so it drops 4 feet and stops in place, and everyone lurches, catching them, but everyone's able to hold on. I need to do one for Sarantha last. Oh, she rolled a 2 as well.
Great.
Both Nash and Saranthalis go flying off the side and are falling.
Off the edge?
Yep. You lose your balance and fall off the side. You're not
All right,
falling down an elevator
I'm
shaft.
gonna cast Featherfall, hit everybody with Featherfall.
Okay, it's a reaction, so you can use that timing. You're now floating down the edge, and as you float down, you see Spider sort of, tiny little Spider just sort of also, he's not after you, he's just descending down on the web, just in front of your face. He's like,
Now I should say I found out Featherfall, you actually fall a little faster than I expected. Like it's
Sure.
enough to avoid damage, but apparently the rate of descent is 60 feet per round.
Yeah.
Okay.
That seems like a
Which
lot.
is, that does. It seems very fast, but
So you're probably thinking of Featherfall in World of Warcraft because you do have a show about World of Warcraft. And you think about World of Warcraft a lot. I'm
This is
guessing,
true.
and it's super slow. So yeah, that's not that. Although I'm sure you're supposed to imagine it like a feather. Doesn't a feather just kind of go like this?
Yeah,
that's
just
what
slow.
that's
Yeah.
what's in my head. But apparently no, you're basically just falling at a consistent rate that probably
Well, around
doesn't
is
feel great
6
when you hit,
seconds.
but doesn't get
60 feet in 6 seconds is not that crazy, is it?
I mean, it's faster than a feather. if I had to
Is
gauge it. I think so.
Well, we have some smart people listening. Can someone tell us?
Yeah, somebody tell us. Do the math for us. Okay, so let me ask this question though. If we're falling at whatever rate that is now that we've had that cast on us, it's me and Grandma falling. Can I fire up the underwear, reach out, grab her?
Yeah, you can actually just avoid the. You don't need feather fall because you have underwear.
Well, right, but if I'm holding her, I assume that's harder on the underwear than than just me, right? Like,
yeah, you'll movement will become difficult if you're over encumbered lifting her, and she's got a lot of coats on, so we'll say that's definitely the case.
but that combined with feather fall, would that equal things out and not have me have to do anything with disadvantage or no?
You don't have to do anything with disadvantage.
Well, I guess
So difficult terrain, like if you're encumbered,
Yeah.
then you move slower, basically.
Oh, okay. So instead of 10 feet a second, I'm moving.
Yeah. So carrying
5.
her, you'd become encumbered. So instead of 10 feet, it'd be 5 feet.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
the penalty.
I'm gonna do that, and then I just don't want to get separated from everybody. So I'm gonna try
Okay.
to hold her if I can, and move,
All right.
make movement toward them.
Okay, so you're gonna float back up
Yes.
towards. Okay, perfect. Well, it's gonna take a little bit because you fell 60 feet,
Right.
but you're now 55 feet away. And you grab onto Saranthelas easily. She goes, "Oh, help me!" And for the people on the descending elevator, the spiders also sort of leap off you as you just fall the 4 feet, and then they all come raining on top of you, and some of them agitated bite you.
Hope's gonna let go.
All right. So wait, I didn't say which dice was for who, so I got to do this one at a time. Hope, the bite doesn't work. Pharrell, does a 21? Yeah, 21 will get you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're bitten and poisoned unless you have some resistance. Stanley, it's 14, so I don't think it hits you. All right, Pharrell, you're bit. Hope you can make a saving throw now.
Cool. Oh, those are poop rolls.
Okay, and you're still poisoned.
9, yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, so you're back into the same situation, but 4 feet farther down, with Varel or with Nash and Saranthelas floating.
Now are they going?
Hit it again, Varel.
Are they? Are we all gonna have to go down? Like that's just the rule here.
Look, inevitably.
Well, the master
all
plan
have
is to cut the elevator and descend along the wall where the doors would be. But now I've got disadvantage in all my attacks, so our best chance to get out of here fast is to jump.
Jump.
Oh, that's a good call. Jump off the side.
All right, you all run and jump off the side, and you hear in your minds, "Come back to me." And you jump off the side, and everyone starts floating down at 60 feet per second. So in a matter of 4 or 5 seconds, it's not seconds, it's rounds, you said, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you float down. It takes about 10 or 20, maybe 30 to make your way down. So let's get some initiative rolls, please. Let's do that.
Initiative roll. 11.
17.
11 for Nash. 17 for Stanley.
13.
13 for Hope.
19.
Very bad roll.
19 for Varel. Okay. Let's see here. All right. As we begin floating down, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys pick on this battle map that we have where you're positioned in the shaft.
I think I'd be about here. I figure I ran and just jumped off the nearest side, made it out about that far.
Okay.
I mean, me and
All right. So
Bethesda. What's her name?
Saranthelas.
Saranthelas.
Real close with Bethesda there, Scott. Just really almost nailed it.
I mean, we're probably just right there. I mean, we're off the edge,
Okay.
right? I mean, we're down further than them, but
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so as you guys begin dropping, the spider above, the large one, starts like descending down the side, and you hear it going clank, 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 clank along the metal walls as it sinks its hook feet into the side. It begins to come into view, and it starts chasing you as you float down slowly from the escalator. Also, large clusters of spiders are firing with spider webs at their back in your general direction. Morel, it is your turn. As you float down, spiders, there's like tiny little spiders with little brains on top of them everywhere. And as this large spider comes into view, you see it has the same thing. It's a large black furry spider, disgusting and gross, 8 eyes, but it has a brain on the back of its head, like a human-like brain growing from the back of its head. It's red and pink and gray and it's throbbing. You see it sort of go big and small as it descends along the wall.
Gross. Poison. Disadvantage on attack rolls. Anything else?
Yeah, make your save at the end of the turn, please.
Okay.
So you have your
Advantage
turn
on
now.
ability checks as well.
Oh,
Ability
ability
checks and
checks
attack
too?
rolls. Yeah.
But, all right. I am going to enter my rage.
Mm-hmm.
I will do so and explode in the area, attacking the spider swarm closest to me
Oh shit. Okay.
Is that
for
bad?
3 damage.
Oh.
Okay.
And then I would like to use my athletics as a move action to launch myself towards Brain Spider by
All right,
kicking
so-
off the wall.
I see. You want to kick off the wall and move it. I don't think we'll need an athletics check for that. I think you can kick off the wall and push yourself in that direction as part of your movement.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I would like to space my way over there, get in its face,
Yeah.
and I am chanting the best part of waking up. The best part of waking up. To keep this vile fear out of my mind, I use a song Nash taught me. And I will make a reckless attack, which gives you advantage on attack rolls against me, but gives me advantage to get rid of the disadvantage.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I will attack with my shield. With a 24 for the first attack.
A 24. Sorry. That is a hit.
19 points of damage.
Oh, sorry. Are we changing zones here?
It happened automatically. I think something with the west zone was being weird. It should be better
Okay.
now.
Yeah, I got some. Sorry, I just missed some of what you said there. Sorry.
No worries. 19 points of fire damage for the first attack, and now I'll attack with disadvantage
Okay. Perfect.
for a 13.
Okay. So 13 points of damage.
No, 19 points of fire damage, 13 for the second attack.
Okay. 13 is not a hit.
Okay.
But yeah, sorry, I'm just, that really threw me. Whatever happened there. Okay. Okay, perfect. So, what did you attack with? It's fire.
My
shield, right?
flaming shield.
Yeah. So the fire shield just sinks into it. And it goes. Ah! It's unabated, but you landed a good blow upon this creature. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do before we move on to Stanley?
That's everything.
All right, Stanley, you're up.
All right. I would like to polymorph the spider into a sheep.
Okay.
He's gonna get a lot heavier and fall a lot faster. It's gonna be awesome.
So hang on a second. I need to find out. Do you know what the save DC is? Obviously, because
It's a wisdom 16. So I guess if he saves, there's no need to look anything else up. But
He does have a big brain.
Well, I gotta
does.
find out what his save modifier is. So hang on a second.
Be a very wise
Yes.
spider.
the
He
wisest
definitely
spider in the land.
he definitely doesn't have a low amount of intelligence, hence the brain. So what was it? Sorry, DC.
Polymorph him into a sheep. It's a wisdom 16 save.
wisdom 16. Okay. Well, I rolled a 2, and plus his modifiers do not a sheep protect against. So the spider, as Morel sinks his flaming shield into it, you say your magic words and it transforms into a sheep, and it now free falls. The remainder of it immediately taking the damage.
Does it go?
Yeah, it goes. Meh. It goes. Boop, meh. Now wait, it has a size thing. Is there a size issue with your spell? Are we good there?
No, it's
Same
fine.
thing.
Yeah,
Your average sheep.
Yeah.
yeah.
it's
Any
okay.
creature you can see.
I thought there was some size business. I just wasn't.
I think that's just into like what I can turn it into. Actually, I don't even think that necessarily.
No, it might not be. Didn't we have a size issue with the Tyrannosaurus Rex bit?
I think that was just because of what we were trying to fit it into.
Oh, okay.
He was growing into
Oh,
a
it's
small
it's a
space.
dimension door issue, not a polymorph issue. Right. Okay, so transforms into a sheep. And by the way, this is gonna suck because now this is. So this came up in the Discord, but I've been rolling d10s for fall damage for every 10 feet, and the rules actually stipulate that it's d6. So a year and a half later, for the first time, I'm now going to be rolling the correct dice, the d6s, for damage.
So
and
less damage.
unfortunately, it's not against you guys; it's against something you're trying to do. So it ends up screwing you, which is
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's still gonna
The orc
be
fight for me.
still gonna be a decent amount of damage, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's still like a good 100 feet to go. So I've got to find more d6s. Hang on. All right, we'll just roll what I have. Oh, there's the fifth one. Perfect. Okay, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 20, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it takes 40 points of damage. Now, doesn't it revert back to its normal form once it dies?
Yeah, so the sheep will take however many hit points it has.
Okay.
Then whatever extra transfers over to the creature.
Okay, so it takes 40 points of damage. Sheep doesn't have much. So it falls to the ground, hits the ground, bounces, and just as it's going to explode into a million pieces, the shape breaks. And then you can't see that far below. So I can't give you the satisfaction of describing what happens. It's too dark down there.
Okay.
But you hear a voice from below. Sorry, you hear a telepathic voice enter your mind going, "Clever girl." All right. So it's now out of view. You can't see it.
Alright, well, I'm gonna call that a successful turn.
Yeah. It seemed like it'd be really good because you polymorphed it, but then I realized, yeah, it polymorphs back into the creature that it is. So I don't know.
I don't know,
Good
40 damage is
Yeah.
nothing to scoff at for one
That's
round.
true. That's true. Hope, it's your turn.
Well, with it out of sight and out of mind, I'll wait until I'm.
There are clouds of spiders coming towards you to bite you and peck you as you float down. 4 clusters in total.
Okay, gotcha.
Shoot a bullet at it.
Yeah, but what's that? A bullet's gonna take out like one, and the poor little guy's gonna be stuck on the bullet, and his little arms flailing as he rockets backward into the wall.
I was just doing this in Gears 5. They have that weird swarm thing, and I hate it because they don't know what I'm shooting at. Yet I guess eventually they all die. So maybe she should shoot at it. Because
Well, here's the
video
question.
games.
What if I start clapping?
Like to squish them?
Squish him, yeah.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that.
Okay, so that unarmed
Two
attack, I
rolls.
guess.
Yeah, it'll be an unarmed attack. Well, no, you have a metal arm. That counts as mace damage.
Oh, sick mace damage.
You haven't used your fist as like a melee weapon too much, but it actually rolls mace damage and is a functional mace.
Oh, sure enough. Okay, cool. So let's see here. But we've got disadvantage on the claps. Luckily, this one rolled pretty high.
We got disadvantage on the clap.
My uncle had disadvantage on the class.
It sounds like a condition, but it's actually a buff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So first one is a 20, not natural.
Okay, it's a hit.
All right.
Roll some mace damage.
Awesome.
So the way swarms work in 5e, and I'm pretty sure this isn't true in all editions, is that like you'll have a swarm of creatures and they'll be represented by one health pool, but it's really sort of role play wise. You know, if you do 8 damage, maybe you kill 8 of the little rodents in the swarm pack kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay. So it looks like 4 damage for that one,
Okay.
and then the second attack is a 6.
All right. So that one misses, but you are ever to you just see Hope like all ninja style, just take her 2 arms and go. And like snap 4 of them real quick. She just smacks these spiders. And you hear, "No, my children." And okay, perfect. Anything else I can do for your turn?
We'll
making sure
roll to see
bugs-
if I can get rid of that poison.
Okay, make your save.
What is this? I get advantage on saving against poison, but I'm rolling.
Oh, you have
terribly.
advantage? Damn.
You rolled 2 2s.
Yeah, a 2 and a 5. Thanks, dice.
Nash,
I
it is
get to
your
roll
turn.
too.
Uh,
Oh, yeah, my chance to roll.
you yeah,
11.
go
Does
ahead.
an 11 save?
No,
Okay.
but you're close.
Is it con?
Constitution.
21.
Yep, you're no longer poisoned.
Healthy boy.
All right, Nash, it's your turn. You're now falling, and you're holding on to Saranthalas.
Right. I would like to pull her. So, as you can see, she's in front of me here, right? That's her.
Yeah, that's her. Yeah.
I'd love to swap places with her. So,
Okay.
like, yank her behind me in the fall,
Like to yank her behind. Gotcha.
and then go there, yep. And then on this swarm here, I will cast freaking I forgot the name. Acid Splash.
Okay. It's a saving throw, right? For
It
that
is Dex 16 or Dex 15.
one? Oh, spiders. They're dexterous, right?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. well,
And I
sorry,
say,
sorry.
"Get behind me, Grandma!" I yell at her. I just want to put that in there.
She goes, "Woo!"
Yep.
All right. I rolled a 12, so is that save?
It
No,
does
right?
not save.
Yeah, I mean, with the modifier, it doesn't save either. So I have 15. 15 doesn't save, right?
No, it does not.
Okay. Then what happens? What's the damage?
The damage is, hold on, it's been a while. 2d6 plus,
Wow.
what level are we? 8. So plus an extra, so it's 3d6. 3d6. And I will do that.
Really?
now.
Wow. That's a
Yeah.
lot of damage.
D6. We're doing 3. 12 is all.
All right. So you fling out the acid damage, and it's 5d. It's 2d6. Scott, you did it again.
Did I do it again? What did I do? Oh no, you're right. You're right. I screwed up. You know what I do? I
Well-
read the number on top and don't know that it's dynamically changing it for me because then I see the number at the bottom saying at 5th level add
Sure.
another 2d6,
Yeah.
but they're already adding it for me. So my bad. I
Yeah.
apologize. It is 2d6.
okay.
Let me,
All right.
let me. Can I
Reroll your
re-roll?
2d6.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was dumb. Okay, that is a 7 then.
All right. So you fling out 7 spiders get hit with acid gloves from your hand, and they all sort of just float away, and they shrivel up in that way that they shrivel up like this, and they fall to the ground.
Sweet. All right, that's my turn.
All right. All right. Okay. So the swarm you just hit, Nash, sees that you've attacked it and decides it's going to assault you now, and it enters into your space completely. And now there's a swarm of spiders that have all landed on top of you, and they go to bite.
Okay.
So 18.
Hold on. What am I rolling that against? What save is
Nope,
that?
I rolled an 18. Your armor class. I hit you.
All
I'm
right,
pretty sure.
you definitely hit me.
All right. So you take 1 point of damage,
Yeah.
and you're poisoned.
Damn it. Okay.
All right. As John laughs, a swarm of spiders now enters
Oh,
his
no!
space, lands all over him, and begins biting him. As a bunch of spiders land on your body, a 17. You take 1 point of damage, and
That
you're now
gets
poisoned.
me.
Make a saving throw. Oh no saves for this. You're poisoned. You're just poisoned. All right. And Hope, you as well. Spiders land on you. They make their attack roll. And it's a 17 again. Yeah, I'm rolling good. Oh, no, I don't. Yeah. 1 damage. And is this your second application of poison?
I have resistance to poison
Oh.
damage. To poison
Uh-huh.
damage, and then
Oh,
I
s-
get advantage on saving throws against poison.
Okay, so you haven't been taking poison damage, right? You've
Okay.
been poisoned as the condition, not
Yeah.
poison damage. However, as this is your second bite, you now suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Oh
Oh,
no!
boo. Okay.
All right, and then Varel, these spiders try and make their way over to you, and they do. They're small. They float over, and they bite your eyeballs.
What?
Of the natural 20, you take 2 points of damage, and you're poisoned.
I
It's that
blink
buff
really
spider
hard.
again.
They're hard to see. They're just like these, it's in the dark. You barely see them, and just as soon as you see them, they're like in your eyes, like biting. And now you got a little growth in your eye, it's just like sore.
If
Two
you
points
start
of damage, and you're poisoned.
if you start worrying about your date with Mary Jane this weekend, then maybe there's something else going on here too with all these spider bites. Get it's a Spider-Man reference. Get it? Mary Jane. I know. Freaking John got it.
I don't understand this. Right?
Sorry. Continue on.
Okay, so Saranthelas just goes, "Ah! Don't let them bite me! I don't want them to bite me, Stanley!" And then that's her turn. Varel, your turn.
How far below is the sheep now spider?
You probably got another 2 rounds before you hit the ground.
Okay, cool. So there's no use prepping a attack to land upon said spider.
I mean, you can't see the ground, so you're not entirely certain. I've given you an estimate.
Gotcha. All right, I will position to flame burst as many spiders as possible.
Okay.
Does it appear if my AoE flame burst is...
This is where mechanics and reality butt up against each other because we're categorizing it as a swarm, right? But technically speaking, they probably only have 1 hit point per creature, right? So I'll rule yes, your flame burst and any AoE will zap them for individual hit point damage.
No, looks like there's no real superior position I can get in anyway. So I will burst the spider for 3 that are upon me.
Yeah, okay.
And
So I'll allow it that they each take individual damage from your flame burst. So
Alright.
you annihilate. The whole party looks over at Varel, and you just hear him go, "Wah!" And it's a large fireball, just, whoosh, and then a whole bunch of fireworks as the spider corpses like turn into fizzlers and they fly off.
Awesome. I'm all about it. That was my bonus action. If I help the spider-covered people with a flaming shield, do I risk burning them?
Yes, you do. Because what are you throwing it at? Like a tiny little target that big? It was Stanley standing behind it, going like, "Don't do it."
I'm thinking more along the lines of, like bounce over to the wall here, spacewalk style, then push myself off and run into Nash with my shield bared.
I mean, sure. If you mean that if you describe to me that your attack is not one where you assault Nash with it, but you just move it in the general area, trying to zap them like a bug zapper, then yeah, we can do that. You won't be at risk of hurting anybody doing that. But just don't rifle it at anyone, because the player will take damage.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Cool. I will prepare the shield and do just that. I will push off the nearby wall and go flying towards Nash.
Okay, make your attack roll. Varel's flying at you, Nash, with a giant flyer shield. He kicked off the wall.
All
From
right.
your perspective, you just see a fire coming towards you.
Awesome.
23 with disadvantage for the first attack.
That was with disadvantage. All right.
I rolled well.
Yeah, you did. Make your damage roll, please.
16 points of fire damage.
Nice. You annihilate all the spiders in the area.
Great.
So Nash, you have all these spiders on you, and he like lightly, he doesn't touch you with the shield, but he's just like heating everything on your cloak and just killing all of the spiders.
Well, I'm in a rage, so I'll use my second attack since I won't be using it with anything range. I'll just grab him by the scruff and just forcibly mop him with flames.
Okay, that looked like you were socking him. You're gonna punch Nash?
No, yeah, like grab him by the scruff, but then like like someone gave you a very angry haircut.
All right.
Perfect. All right. So that'll count as an attack then. Stanley, your turn.
All right. These spiders that are on me, can I booming blade them?
I don't know. Booming Blade is one of the weird ones that I don't quite understand how to visualize. I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, it's a melee attack. I guess
Right.
can I do a melee attack on these things?
Yeah, I mean, if it's with the force of thunder, so maybe you attack them and then a thunderous explosion comes out of the point of impact.
Yeah.
It seems like it'd be bad for spiders.
Yeah. And then because we're all falling, they're technically moving. So can I do full 2d8 damage, thunder damage to them? Because there's no way for them to not move.
Yeah, they are moving.
Okay.
I mean, you're moving in a point in space, so sure.
So with
Don't hold me to this in some other scenario. I'm just making a quick ruling, but it seems like they're moving.
with disadvantage on my attack roll, it's going to be a 14 to hit.
Okay, it's a hit.
Right. And it is going to be 11 piercing damage,
Mm-hmm.
and then 7 thunder damage.
Okay. 11 piercing, 7 thunder. All right. So you just go. You take you're using your diplomacy, right?
Yeah.
You just hit one, whack, and as you hit it, it just goes boom. Big thunderous boom comes out, and all the spiders just like are vibrated into death as the corpses go limp, and they all go, and they bodies curl up, and they fly from your area.
Nice.
Annihilated.
All
No
right.
poop.
Can I roll save? I missed my save.
Yes, roll save. Roll save.
Oh,
I'm glad
poison.
you said that because I would also like to roll my save. Oh,
Yes, roll your
27.
save. That's
Mine's a
save?
9.
All right, you're still poisoned. Hope, your turn.
Okay, now I'm really freaking out because the bugs are on Hope and they're biting. So she's gonna keep doing the clap thing, except now she's gonna be slapping where she thinks the spiders are.
Okay. Perfect. All right, so you're gonna do the attack rolls again then.
Yeah. So the first one's a 9.
Okay, perfect. That's a miss.
Okay, and the second one is a 13.
Okay, that's a hit.
Perfect. And that one's gonna be 6 damage.
All right, so you smack 6 more spiders. They're going. You don't have any of that fancy magic these other guys have. You just got to use your fists.
Exactly. Ugh. And then my save is a 21.
All right, so you're no longer poisoned. It gets cleared. You keep the exhaustion level.
Okay.
All right, perfect. So that is going to be the only swarm of spiders left. You all fall another 60 feet. You can now see the spider, the large spider, and you hear a voice in your head going, "No, my children." And the spider's going to do something, if you just allow me a moment. A momento.
I don't
Nope.
like it.
We land safely.
We will not. We will not
Punch him
allow
in the
it. Thank you
brain.
very much.
We've left the building. We're not there anymore.
All right. So, judging by the body count, the spider targets Varel with an attempt to dominate him. You must succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Thus is Varel's life.
That was an
I need you to
ugly-
save on a wisdom saving throw, please.
All right, I'm on it. Big boy wisdom. Anybody got anything that aids with a wisdom?
You can do it.
Not on a reaction.
All right, big boy wisdom. 12. Wait,
All
a
right.
save. Oh, 13.
13. Nope. All right. So what does this do? I don't even know what it does. All right. You were charmed. You were charmed for 1 hour by the spider. Basically, essentially, a voice enters into your mind that swirls around, and you realize that this creature is elegant. It is a predator. And it is a matriarch. Yep. Again. You've been dominated, and well, I mean, you can explain maybe if you have better rationale for it, but it dominates your will magically with its mental power, and you have a telepathic link, and the matriarch can issue commands to you when you are conscious, which you do your best to obey. And the voice enters your mind and says, "Collect our dinner, my child."
Yes,
And
my
you are-
queen.
You are compelled to obey as much as possible.
Call DoorDash and get them here immediately.
Yeah. All right. Perfect. So you're now dominated, and it is now Hope's turn.
Didn't I just go with the
Yeah.
spiders?
Thought she just went.
Oh, then I did the wrong order. Oops. Then
I mean,
Nash.
I'll go again.
I think it's
I
Nash.
don't have a problem.
Nash's turn.
So can I not see? By the way, that icon is horrendous. It makes me feel weird, and I don't like it. Second of all,
Icon.
the big fat papa spider is really gross. I just don't like spiders. Anyway, can I see
neither.
that?
I hate them.
Can I see the big parent spider or no?
Yeah, you can now see it on the ground. It has a large human brain growing out of the back of its head, and it's begun glowing, and you can sort of see little wisps of energy from the spider to Varel, as Varel kind of yells out, "Yes, my queen."
Okay. Well, I would like to. And it's on the ground, and we're above it still.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're at range, so this is pretty good. All right. I would like to do an in-air. Make sure I'm not being stupid here. Hold on. I would like to do an
When has that ever
in-air. Yeah, it hasn't really before. An in-air fireball.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Okay.
he needs to make a Dex 15 save, and I wanted to center on him and not affect any of us. So when you make your big pretty ball,
Yeah, it's safe. Your fireball's 20-foot radius. You're 60 feet in the air.
Okay,
You
good.
won't hit any teammates.
good. All right, I want
So
to
is Varel a teammate?
target that bastard. Well, at the moment, a good point.
All right, so I save, so the spider will take half damage, but roll your damage.
Okay.
I
That's
mean, I
good.
rolled a 21.
You rolled a 21. That did save.
The total roll was 21, I guess I should say.
Right. All right. I need to do a 96 roll. Just 1 second.
8d6.
It says 9.
Are you casting it at 4th level or 3rd level?
I am casting it at 3rd level, and it says
It's 8d6.
you're right. I was looking at 4th level.
Yeah.
You are correct. Thank you very much. Shit, what was it?
8d6.
8d6. All right, hold on. 8d6 for a grand total of 33.
All right, so cut in half, that is 15, 17? Is that right? No, what's half of 33?
Well,
17.5. 16.5.
16.5, so round up or down, however you do it.
Yeah, so round down. So 60, you take 16 points of damage.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So you shoot a fireball at it, and it goes. You hear like a squeal. Now let me just check this dominate monster. It's a concentration spell. Ooh, look who's got to
Nice.
roll a saving throw. All right, and it fails it. You're released for.
Awesome.
Oh, wow, that was short lived. Look
All
at that.
right.
You can thank me later. You can sing my song again about coffee.
Okay, perfect. So that makes Varel's turn. Whew, just in time.
Sick. Pissed. As I am in my rage. I will-
Sickest.
Push off the wall. As I fly. I can't do turns. Nash, you're going to take some damage.
All right.
But
Trying to
I
avoid
think
that,
it'll be
but-
worth it for poor Hope.
Okay.
So as I push off the wall like a rocket, poof, I will do my flame burst hitting Nash and Hope for 3 points of fire damage.
Cool.
Okay.
But
Okay.
hitting the spiders as well that cover her.
Okay, so you burn them all off.
And I will launch myself at the queen.
Okay, you're gonna do like a falling attack.
Yeah.
Okay, you can reach her in this turn by doing that.
Awesome. I mean, I know I won't have the force of the fall because of the featherness, but I will still land on.
You'll gently land on her. And
Yes. Like a
Punch it right
hungry
in.
mosquito.
You can punch her in her exposed brain from above.
I will. And I'll use my reckless attack so you get advantage on me for
Okay.
your next attack. A 24 for the first attack.
Yeah.
And the second attack is a 11.
Okay, so you hit with the first one.
Oh my god. Oh well. 10 points of damage total.
Okay, so you dig your claws in and begin shredding brain from the top, but it doesn't die, but it squeals, and you're landed on top of it now.
Never again.
Okay, Stanley, your turn.
All right. I'm hitting the ground this turn as well, right?
At the end,
Safe
or
to
during your
say.
turn if you wish. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I am going to say parlay and send diplomacy off to make an attack as a
Yep.
bonus action.
Sure.
That's going to be a 18 to hit.
Okay. That's a hit.
Right. And that is a D8 plus 4.
Mm-hmm.
It's 12 damage.
Okay.
And then, do I have movement, or was my movement the falling?
The movement's going to be the falling.
Okay.
You can, of course, move yourself. You can move yourself how you want, though, because you might
Okay.
land on top or
So
not.
if I wanted to kind of push over to here, that's fine.
Yep.
Okay. And then I will produce a dagger and do Thunder Booming Blade. That's what it is. Booming Blade to the creature.
Thunder Blooming Blade.
Perfect.
Thunder Booming Blade. That is going to be a 18 to hit.
Okay, it's a hit.
That is 7 piercing, 5 thunder damage.
Okay, very good. All right. As you hit it, it squeals, and then it begins backing up and walking vertically up the wall with Varel atop him. Varel, I'll need you to make a athletic saving throw to hold on.
With pleasure.
Oh, I gotta do my save too for poison.
16.
All right, you're able to latch onto a part of the brain, sticking your hand inside of it and just dangling from his brain as it begins backing up off the wall. And then it reels back, and then its butt goes back, and then it flicks it over and fires a spray of green fluid over the rest of the party. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw, please. Except for Varel, who's safe from it.
Real quick, Bo, I'm guessing 20 was a save on my poison status.
Oh, I forgot to roll mine.
Yeah, 20 is a save. Nash, go ahead and roll yours.
All right. An 18.
Okay,
Am I poisoned
Save.
still?
you're clear.
All right.
All right, so I need everyone to roll a saving throw now, though, dexterity-wise.
23.
17.
Okay.
Hold
Sorry,
on.
what did you say, Stanley?
23.
All right, Nash.
16.
All right, so everyone is able to dodge out of the way as a giant, like, splat, like this huge wave of green, just some kind of liquid coming from the thorax of the spider just splats against the wall. It does hit Saranthalas, though, so she takes some damage. All right, she takes about 11 points of damage and is now poisoned. And she goes, "Oh, oh, gross!" Ah! And she floats gently to the ground and lands on the ground. Hope, it is your turn.
All right, cool. As I'm falling, I'll change my arm into the shotgun and I'll take 2 shots at the beast.
Okay.
First one is a 21.
All right. It's a hit.
We got 14 damage.
Okay. Perfect. And your second shot?
All right, second's even better at a 23.
All right. Roll your damage dice, please.
And then 14 points of damage for that one.
All right. So you're going to slay the creature. I want to hear how you do it.
Okay, what I want to do is I want to shoot a bullet into its little behind that it just shot at the acid thing.
Okay.
And so that'll like knock it back into the wall, and then I aim to where its brain is and lob the final shot into the brain and just explodes everywhere.
Yeah. Brain matter explodes everywhere, and Vorel sort of floats down. He would normally have fallen, being holding on to it, but he just floats down. Brain matter sort of decorating his shoulders at the top of his head as he floats down, and the whole party floats to the bottom, and the elevator shaft becomes silent.
Nice.
Now, anyone who's poisoned, you can now clear it off. The poison subsides after a few moments, and the corpse, the large corpse, slides down the side of the wall and reverts like on its back, and then its legs go to go, and it goes. its final mental thought that you hear.
Well, that was just about the most unpleasant thing I've ever experienced.
Quickly, this way! This door! We have to open this door! And she points to one of the doors. Saranthelas points to one of the doors that needs to be opened. I am not strong enough to open this.
Oh, for
That-
real?
Wasn't a surprise to you.
Huh?
Just straight on to the next thing.
You handled yourself quite well.
Would you like an armament so you may aid us in the future?
No, I have you here to protect me. You
Would
performed
you like
quite
an
well.
armament so you might aid the protection in the future?
You handled yourselves quite well. You don't need me to help you. You're very brave. I think we could have called for help, though. Remember, we didn't have to leave the elevator box. You were insistent.
Help from who?
Oh, I don't know. From service.
I don't think they exist anymore. A lot of years have passed. You've been down here fiddling around, and there's no guards. There's no service.
That's a good point, but if you answer a question for another, then you've already determined the answer. But I wanted to see. But that's no matter. I'm appreciative of your fine slaying of the giant spider. He looks quite unusual. He has a brain on top of his body. You don't see that every day. I haven't seen spiders in a long time. Is it just me, or are they really delicious? And she kneels down and scrapes some up into a bag. Some of the
Pharrell, open
bodies.
the door.
Very well.
Get us out.
I'll go open the door.
Oh.
Wait! I need to collect more. And she's just kind of in her pockets of her coat. She's just like collecting all the spider corpses she can for.
If she enjoys it, let her do it. That saves us the rations in the future.
Okay,
I'll have
she's
at the
gonna need
door.
she's gonna need about 15 minutes to collect all the corpses she can.
15 minutes, you say?
15.
Well, I would like to cunning artisan this giant spider then.
Oh.
Okay. What would you like to do?
I would like to make a shield for Saranthelas out of its butt.
Okay, so out of its carapace.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, you find great. This is the finest specimen of spider you've ever seen in terms of the armor that it wears. It's quite strong, quite thick, reinforced by age. Really, you can see the many layers of it make it difficult and takes time to saw through. But as you make your way through, there's a fine carapace for shielding.
All right. And on my way back, thinking about it, I'll look at Stanley, Pope, and Nash, who also don't have shields, and kind of, give it a shine in the light.
I'm not great with shields, but maybe one day. We'll see. Give it to her for now. Maybe I'll take you up on one later.
Hope, Nash.
Hope's holding her mouth in the corner, just going.
I'll take one. I'll wear it on my back. I don't even know if I'll ever use it, but that's badass.
Hey, don't you have a baby arm that can hold it for you?
Yeah, well, it's not that strong, but I could just have it back there. I mean,
Baby shield?
I kind of want a baby shield. I mean, all it could really do is shield my face from like face danger. But I love it though. I want one.
It's another case of face danger coming at you.
I'm gonna indicate.
danger.
So I will say yes to Varel's idea, and I'll take a little one that my tiny shoulder hand can hold.
I will craft you another then, and I'll hand the shield to Saranthelas, and I'll go find a small bit of carapace that could be fashioned into a tiny shield for the tiny hand.
Yeah.
Aw.
I love it.
Oh, you could do like an arm thing. You could take part of the leg, and it becomes one of those arm-shaped shields.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what they're called, but yeah, like how Captain America kind of had one. In
Yeah.
Infinity War.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
They were like fist weapons, kind of. But
Kind of.
yeah, but also, I mean, they were still shields. I guess they weren't really weapons. I'd be down for that.
Yeah, all right. So how many shields are you making, bro?
So the one medium-sized shield for the medium-sized elf, and one tiny like finger gauntlet-sized shield for the little arm.
Okay. All right. Add a finger-sized shield for your baby arm in your character sheet, Scott.
Okay. I love this.
Just like you'll have to write it probably in
Yeah.
one of your boxes.
I was
there.
gonna say if you don't have a term for
And
it. or whatever.
Sarantalas looks at the shield and says, I don't think I'll be able to use this, Vorel. But I appreciate this kind thought. It's surprising coming from a savage. You surprise me, Vorel.
This creature, while evil, was beautiful. I knew this for a moment. And it will protect you well. You are weak, frail, and it's very warm.
Okay. Well, she takes the shield from you and she says, oh, it's surprisingly light. I will do my best to shield myself with it. Thank you.
Very good.
Okay, now we can be on our way. I've collected as many spiders as I could find. If you see any more, let me know. I would gladly save them for us for later. And then she reaches into her pocket and she picks one and says, that's if I don't eat them all first. And she puts one in her mouth and she begins.
Okay, let's get going. Let's
You know what the best part of these spiders are is that there's a juicy little brain part. Like it's all crunchy, but then there's this soft
Vomit.
sense.
She failed her constitution save.
All right, Hope vomits. Nash, do you want to pick any of that up?
No, I don't want her. I don't want it.
It's a
I don't
fair
want it.
question. The
It is a fair
DM
question.
knows his party, I
Yeah.
guess.
It's a fair point. I will pass, though. I'm good.
And well, Sarathalas kind of looks at it. She's like, "We don't want to let that go to waste. Perhaps we should."
We're out the door.
The door, please.
I will have at the door.
All right. The door is shut. It's an elevator door. It's shut by mechanics. It doesn't easily give way to your will with your fingers, so you'll have to use force to open it.
All right. A forceful shove to a door of 12.
Okay. You're able to get it open a little crack, and then it halts in place. Your eye glows with disappointment.
Come on, Varel. One more big heave ho, and I will give him inspiration.
Yes. A heave ho. What is inspiration at right now?
It is at a D8 that you can add.
Sick. Silence, Grugil. This heave ho is it's a natural one.
Uh-oh.
+8 though from
Yeah.
the thing.
That's all of a 9.
Technically
So
a 9.
I technically make it a 16.
Ooh, that's a bummer.
16's pretty good.
It doesn't open any further, and no calamity occurs as a result. But your chest is growing increasingly agitated with you.
I have defeated a spider this day. I will not be defeated by a door.
It doesn't have verbal communication, so you can just feel his disappointment. But your words do soften it, as you did just defeat something. But it's embarrassing to defeat something so great and then to be defeated by a door.
Varel,
Surely.
channel the might. Pretend
Surely
it's a
not.
spider. Bash it in. I'll give you another inspiration.
All right.
This isn't one of those doors, is it?
16.
All right. Finally, you're able to open it. And it goes, and Grosjean then glows with pride once again in your chest.
All right. As long as it didn't talk. Freaking hate those doors.
Nash grumbles in the background.
I'm so glad that wasn't a real door or a fake or a living door.
In order to appease the eye, I will climb up quickly, light my shield, and stand directly in the doorway looking in.
All right, so you look around and you notice that the elevator bay on this floor is mainly covered in with rocks, and there's hardly any passage to move. There's one opening on the south side where a hallway is opened, and you can move down. And Sarantalas climbs out, looks around, and says, "Oh, we came down here for weapons, but doesn't look like there's much way to move around. I guess we'll go this way." Am I coming through okay? I notice my connection's
Yeah,
pretty
you're
bad.
good.
Yeah, my connection just went bad as well.
Wow. Everybody sounds good on my end.
It
here-
might not be anything. I just noticed the high latency.
Here, I'll just swap it around again. Just put you on east to see how that goes. Okay.
Still high. All right.
Oh, there we go.
Well,
There we go.
okay, so she says, there's only seems to be the one passage. We'll see what we can find down here. You asked for weapons, and to my knowledge, it was this floor where the weapons are. So let's go. She begins walking down the hallway, out of view.
And I'll help anybody up who needs a boost.
Okay, the party all gets out.
Yep.
Are you coming? You hear echoing down the hallway.
Slow down, you
Yeah,
old
on
bag.
our way. Jeez.
Man, no kidding. Where's the fire?
Here?
That's an old phrase. I don't even know what it means. I learned it in the solar mines. Okay? It meant if somebody's moving very fast and the rest of you weren't and you don't know what the hurry was for the person in front, you would say, "Where's the fire?" And I think it has to do with just them moving too fast. For
Are you
real.
coming? You hear
Yes.
Yeah, we're delving into solar mines phrases. It's
Well, I
fascinating.
found something unusual. Come quickly.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Pursue.
We'll catch up.
So you make your way down a hallway. It's all the hallways down here. There's no illumination, so you have to illuminate your fire shield and your light stone. Everything is like pipes and metal, like rebar, shades of brown and green. Very musty down here. You make your way to the hallway. You turn around a corner to the right, and you see that there's about 30 feet of hallway, and Sarantalas is standing at the end. And there's this entranceway, but the flesh you found in one of the labs on a higher level is now present on the walls again, and it seems to coat all sides of this passageway. And then on the other side, there's a further hallway, but there seems to be some kind of growth blocking, not yet blocking, but Sarantalas stops her and says, "Look, watch this." And as she moves her body closer to the doorway, the flesh retracts and closes up the passage. And then she moves away, and then the flesh begins to open up again. She says, "Now, this flesh-like substance has broken Nash's staff. It may be harmful to creatures. It detects my proximity. So we may not be able to go this way."
Well, it's the only way to go.
Oh, we could go back up to the surface and get to the ship and return to Elhandar. Seems like we've run into a dead end.
You're giving up awfully easily.
Well, I don't know how to get through this thing. I'm just saying if we can't get through it, then we can't really do anything more here.
We have experience with sphincters of this size.
Oh.
Once in a giant frog, we climbed our way out, dodging such forces as this.
Ah, you were in a giant frog.
Yes.
Oh. How did that come to be?
He was very high.
I imagine because of his stature, he stood quite high.
No, he had imbibed many drugs and had grown to astronomical proportions, eventually splitting in half and flying into space.
What kind of chemicals, drugs you say, could cause such a growth?
Eating enraged pixies.
Ah, of course. You're talking about pixie blush.
The very same.
So there's still pixies around here.
Were.
Well,
Those poor things. They're so simple-minded.
all right. Well, let's focus on the hallway. Does anybody have any ideas how we're going to get down this thing?
No.
Hope will kind of walk up to it and see if it reacts to her presence.
And you begin to walk up to it, and it does not retract. Now, the opening, when it doesn't retract, is about, it's enough for you to walk through. You'd have to stand on the flesh, the biological growth, but you would be able to go through it unabated. But when Sarantha last went close to it, it retracted into like a tight nothing, no passage able to go through. And
Okay.
she was there.
All right, so you know tieflings can pass. What about the rest of you?
I'll step closer to it, see what it does.
Stanley, you step closer, and it does not retract.
I'll do the same, but I think I already know the answer to this.
You step closer to it, and it retracts.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Well, I'll look at Stanley and go, "Pfft," and keep walking.
I'll step up and see.
Varel, you step close to the flesh-like substance coating all sides of the hallway, and it does not retract.
It does not retract.
It does not.
Huh. Nash, what's wrong with you?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of things, but why it would retract for me and not you, I don't know. I can I want to do an Arcana check just to see if there's something like that at play. If I can sense some mana
You wanted to
wave
sense
magic.
if there's magic at play?
Yeah.
All right,
Is that-
roll an Arcana check.
Okay, that will be a 18 total.
You know for certain there's no magic at play.
All right.
You do not detect any magical sources or items or spells of any kind.
Can I do a wisdom check to see if there's anything
So
up?
you can't do a check. You have to tell me what you want to do. So
All
if
right.
you're
Well,
trying to rack
what I want to do is try to rack my brain for any knowledge of what is this and how come some can get through and others can't.
Okay. Let's make an insight check, please.
Okay. So that's a +5. Okay, so that's 16.
Okay. So you remember that you tried to hit it at one point, and maybe it's holding a grudge against you. That's the connection, the only connection that when you rack your brains you can think of.
And in my brain racking, is there anything that tells me how I can repair the relationship?
No. I mean, if you could meet whoever it belongs to and interface with it in the way that, humanoids do, maybe you could apologize, but you have no idea how this thing works.
Okay. But then I'll look at Varel again and say, I don't understand why it doesn't. I think I've made it angry. When I tried to attack it before, when I was trying to understand what it was, and it broke my staff.
Serenthalas, have you angered this goo?
No, I've never encountered anything of the sort before. This is new.
Can I do
know
an
not.
insight check to see if she's lying about that?
Okay.
That sounds suspect at best. Oh, let's see.
It's a little fishy.
It's 14.
You can't tell.
She's a good liar then.
No, you can't tell if it's a lie or not. She may, in fact, be just being earnest and not know.
I don't trust it.
Well, it has some grudge against the two of you.
Well, perhaps it can tell of my nature somewhat that I'm withered. I mean, you, Stanley, have said several times that you don't trust me and that I'm bad for the group, and you are still helping me because you are a great hero, have a heroic nature. But perhaps this, whatever intelligence dominates this thing, identifies me as you have as threatening. And same as Nash, very threatening. Sees a new creature and hits it. That's his first reaction to things. As I said earlier, you're the savage here is the most enlightened one, and the one who should be most enlightened is the savage. The irony of your party is...
I just thought it was plant life. I didn't know it was a creature or had thoughts or feelings. This thing sure
What,
triggered.
do you hit plants the first time you saw a maple tree? Did you hit it?
No, but if there were plants in the way or weeds, I'd whack them away and move through them. They're inanimate. They're not part of anything.
This is perfect. With an argument going on, I look at the stuff.
Okay. It seems to be vibrating.
Cool. I let the argument continue.
You see, no, plants are not inanimate objects. They are living things.
They're living, but they don't have feelings. They don't get
They
triggered.
do have feelings.
No.
You are speaking to an elf. All living things have feelings and souls. Even the dandelion you squish under your feet because you are Nash Maggard of the Solar Mines.
I got 3 cigarettes.
Reaper of plants.
I've got 3 cigarettes in my pocket and a handful of bat guano. Are you telling me the bat guano's got feelings? Should I be careful around it and not say mean words to it?
Excrement does not have feelings, and I, for one, am not suggesting you shouldn't be anyone but who you are. I'm saying this particular flesh hole has taken issue with it, not me.
Has it progressed?
it's just agitated. It's just rippling.
Okay.
It hasn't changed any, but as the argument subsides somewhat, it does calm.
Seems this goo is reacting to your negative energies, Nash. Perhaps the honeycomb song would aid you.
Sorry, there must be something in the air down here. The honeycomb machine, did you say? Oh, the singing.
Yes.
The songs, the great songs. The songs of my people. I mean, we could try. If you think that this will make a difference.
It reacted to your argument.
Well,
Peace of mind is what we seek now.
all right. Let's give it a try, and I'll back up and I'll clear my Nash throat and go. Great American hero, G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe. Anything?
That'll be the stuff.
Performance roll?
Did it work? Oh, performance
Well, I
roll.
don't. Were you just singing? Or were you trying to?
No,
do
I was trying
anything?
to I was trying to make a difference. I'll do a performance roll. I never get to do those.
Just trying to make a difference.
Yeah, Joe was there.
Yeah. Ooh, I never get to use this. This is great. +4 to that. All right. Oh, that's almost a
You're +4.
20. Yeah, 23. Not
Okay.
not a natural 20, but close.
And are you approaching the flesh-like substance along the walls as you move towards the doorway? while
Yeah.
you do this?
Yes, I'm walking toward it, arms open, as if to ingratiate myself toward it as I sing the G.I. Joe theme that I heard once in the Solar Mines.
That's a great visual to leave us on as we head into the break. We'll find out what happens after. And there will be dungeons.
All right, we'll be right back, everybody. Don't go too far because we'll be back in a minute to continue this fun, and we want you here with us. So come on back. We'll be right back.